want to say, you know, like especially for that set that we had earlier on there with Demigod versus Jackleton. That was a 3-0, right? But I mean, again, if we go back and look at those games, as you and I was saying, they were so close. Like there were always moments where Jackleton could have swung around.
Jackleton was just a slight bit more crisp on his timing, he would have won.
Yeah. Certainly. So it really shows that for the level of play, for the most part, it's actually quite even, and this means, of course, that we have some very competitive games. And I think, you know, honestly, for the most part, we can all agree, the three of us here who've been working behind the desk here today, that this might be the closest series
so far.
In terms of raw skill level coming up.
Mismatch of a series so far.
Yeah, it's going to be nice representing Chinese Taipei going up against Mio Maika from Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Protoss versus Zug once again.
And both of these guys are at least Grandmaster on Korea, so this match should be a lot more competitive. I'm predicting that this will probably be the first non-3-0 of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I'd be surprised if we had a 3-0, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, Mio Maika can come up with some pretty aggressive timings, and Knight is more of a standard Protoss player, so we'll have to see if their matchups kind of like clash in a bad way for today.
Yeah, well, it's going to be really exciting, man, to be honest. Like, I'm really happy again that I'm joining you here on the desk once more. But here we are, of course, for the map selection, as you can see. First map to start us off is going to be Blue Shift. Band coming in, as you can see. Fracture taken out.
Yeah, that's expected. I think the third base is too hard to take.
Yeah, and as you say, because he's such a standard Protoss, then, you know,
one or two base.
Yeah, you're kind of forced to 2 base on that map in PvZ, right?
I didn't see Mio Maika's band. I think it was actually Croatian Falls or whatever.
Cerulean Falls?
I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that map, okay? That map, I think, was banned by Mio Maika. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're talking about Blue Shift. PvZ.
Yeah, I like how neither player wanted to play it.
Oh yeah, that's true. They keep forgetting that we're doing it kind of in reverse. The map is going to play leads. Nonetheless, we can talk about that a little bit later on. No regrets, because here we are, ladies and gentlemen, coming into game number 1. And down in the bottom left, sporting the blue colours, representing Chinese Taipei, it is Nice.
And in the top right-hand corner, representing Vietnam, it is Mio Maika. Going with the extract trick again, which I do not like.
How come?
Because it's not better.
Is it just objectively worse?
It's just objectively worse by like 5 minerals. But hey, it looks cool.
It looks cool.
Yeah. That's literally all. It's objectively worse.
I mean, I vaguely remember that used to be like the go-to thing for everyone to do back in HOTS.
Yeah, well, in HOTS is different.
But now,
because we didn't start with 12
it's objectively worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I don't extract a trick when I play my Zug.
Yeah, you should.
You'd be happy to know.
I'm happy to know that. You definitely should not do that.
Maybe I should start doing that just to spite you.
You just be spiting yourself because it's objectively
worse.
worse.
God, it would be like the triple mind game thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
You actually just end up mind gaming yourself.
You're mind gaming yourself for sure.
But Nice comes in here off the back of a pylon scout, and I really like this. Some Protoss players will sometimes sort of hold back, keep the probe mining for a little bit, but I think this is just objectively the best thing to do, right? Because then you will never die into any sort of weird early shenaniganry.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't already. Like, no one really does it. But it's nice to like confirm everything. Also, you can block the. Some people skip Overlord and go for quick third base. You can block that with this probe.
Nice is just going to be loitering around here in the
It
main
actually
base
looks like it will be that. Like it'll be a quick third before Overlord, unless he's just delaying his Overlord by 1 supply for no reason, which would surprise me because the extractor tricks. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, well, it's just
okay. It is actually just an Overlord. No.
Yeah.
So it's not the double hatch. It just rallies 1 drone down.
Gonna start the 2 queens. Oh, cool. So nothing out of the ordinary right now for these 2 players.
Nope, completely standard.
But I mean,
skipping the warp gate, this is a Stargate then.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially with the Adept. Like, if you go for a Stalker or something like that, it's generally more towards the Twilight Council, I'd say.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it's a Stargate.
Yeah, coming down. So question is, like, Phoenix,
Mio Maika already knows this too, by the way.
Yeah, Phoenix, yeah, because he saw that with the Overlord. He didn't see that. He saw that the Cyber wasn't getting warp gate research.
Exactly.
But my question to know is, no regrets, Phoenix Oracle or Oracle Phoenix?
I think Oracle first. He's getting a Stalker. Generally, I would say Phoenix first, but because there's a Stalker on the way, I think it makes sense to go Oracle first. The Stalker's going to do the same thing that the Phoenix is going to do. You won't kill it, but it won't be able to scout your main.
Yeah. All right.
And that's generally why you go Phoenix first. It's not necessarily to kill the Overlord faster. It's to block the scouts you can follow up with your Twilight, whatever, if you want to go like an Adept Glaives or whatever. It gives them more questions. than answers.
I did like this move, by the way, from Miyamaka, shifting these queens over towards the front.
I like the shade in. A lot of Protoss players won't go in. They'll just cancel immediately. And even if you can't get a drone or anything, it's a nice scout. As long as he doesn't lose it, that would be really bad. So.
Oh, it stays alive, actually.
Almost lost it.
Bit of a miscontrol moment there from Miyamaka, because it could have easily just right-clicked on that to death. Might get it just now.
Oh, it was so close, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
That needs to go home. He needs to save it.
Alright, well...
So it is an Oracle first.
Yeah, it's going to be finishing up just now, and then a Robo behind the... Oh, wait,
what are these queens doing?
Okay, but we have a leg coming and 12 more lings, and then he's back to droning. This has to be a mid-rally, right?
No.
Okay.
It's being aggressive.
18 more lings.
I'm wondering if the layer from lings drop.
Why is the drone there? Like, that
was a mid-rally. So this is like a queen ling all-in. I'm wondering if the layer is for a drop.
I mean, that would make the most sense to me, because that's the only thing you can really implement so quickly.
This is a weird build.
No shield batteries at the front just yet, and Warp Gate is about... it's going to be done in about 20 seconds.
If this Stalker goes down before the shield battery gets up, that would be a pretty big... yeah, okay, that's really nice.
The Oracle is kept alive as well through the shield battery, so it will continue to be able to do damage. Oh, that's really nice. Actually, killing these queens is so important.
He's going to get another
one. This push.
Especially if you build a Void right now in response. Is there an overloaded position for drop?
No.
Oh, just... What? What is he doing? He's getting a Spire?
2-base Spire behind of this, and he's mining on 4 gases now, so like very little mineral income with only 25
drones to start building spine crawlers.
Yeah, this is super weird. I don't really know what's going on right now, Jake.
He's also building a Robo Bay. This is actually not bad with when you're going Spire, right? Because like that's not gonna do anything.
No, absolutely not. I'm just somewhat perplexed by what we're seeing here.
I'm perplexed too, my dude. I don't know.
Well, continuously going to be chipping away at this cybernetics core, and there's no real ranged units. The Oracle's been pulled back because it has to regenerate energy.
Yeah.
But I like this, honestly. Keeping the creep at the front is super cute. Like, you can't really deal with that unless you get any consistent detection.
Well, you have to get an observer, right? It's actually going Colossus. This is like the best case scenario for me, Micah, but my worry is this Oracle goes across the map, scouts that, and just doesn't go Colossus.
Yeah, and just immediately cuts that, goes into Phoenix, and then...
I'm surprised he's going Colossus after seeing this.
Yeah.
Like, my guess... Actually, I guess the Hydra's not a bad guess if you see this.
Like, honestly, I think Hydra would be...
If he doesn't scout the Spire, this looks really suspicious for Hydra, I think.
But he doesn't even know if there's a third base or not. Like... If I was nice in this position, I'd sort of check a little bit with my Oracle for that third base, but the moment I identify that there's only 2 bases up for Zug...
Is he going to scout it? Does that Revelate see it?
I don't know, does it?
It doesn't see it.
Oh,
he's going to see the larva pop. But then he has no anti-air right now. He only has the depth.
Yeah, but he's going to start Phoenixes, but what are they going to do? He's going to have like 1 or 2 Phoenixes versus how many mutas are we seeing there on the production tab? 8? Okay, that's not that many. It's not that many.
He hasn't started any Phoenixes either. He also... These queens should not turn around. He can use these as like a little transfuse station.
Yeah, that's true. And they'll also ward away any Phoenixes.
Stalker! This is the only anti-air he has in the entire game.
Oh my god, Miyamaka.
These guys are going to do so much damage.
All the shield back going on. They're focusing on these zealots on the ground. This is a really nice pullback as well from Miyamaka, keeping those lings alive, forcing that Stalker warp in, but starting to do damage versus the economy. 5 probes have gone down already, but need to be careful to not overextend at these shield batteries.
No, he's just going to the main now. There's nothing in the main.
Find the Colossus!
4 more mutas.
Oh, he's going to find the Colossus!
Don't go to the Colossus, just go for the workers. There's nothing here. Look at this. It's completely wide open. You can even kill this Phoenix if he gets too close. Look at how many probes are going down!
Like, if he throws away these Mutalisks, though, he's going to be in a bit of an iffy position, right? Like, he needs to keep them alive. He can't throw away too many.
I mean, how many mutas have gone down? 2 or 3? He's killed 15 workers already.
That's an insane amount of eco damage. More Mutalisk in production as well. Plus 1 air weapon is also going to finish up here for the Mutalisk. Third base on the way as well here for Miyamaka. That was really interesting position.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on. This is such a crazy strategy. 2-base Spire after rallying your queens across the map and going for some weird link queen thing.
I mean, once the Phoenix count grows enough where you have like 3-4 Phoenix, then you're kind of feeling relatively stable.
He only lost 3 mutas there. Killed 16 workers.
I mean, that's a trade I'd take any day, but I'm still a little bit worried, Rep, because there's no way he can really contest the Grand Army standing right now for nice. It's more about the air battle coming up.
Yeah, that's an air battle. He should win, though. Oh, good microing here. He's going to lose both Phoenixes, possibly.
Oh my god, every single air unit goes down!
That's a huge deal.
Miyamaka right now.
It's only 3 Stalkers right now. He can go back into the main.
Massive advantage, yeah. I mean, good thing that he's got the tag with the Oracle, but what is that even going to do?
Just go in. There's only 1 Phoenix here. Just go for the probes again. He killed so many probes last time this happened.
Honestly,
Okay, now it's 3 Phoenixes. He should just focus these probes down.
Yeah, being a little bit indecisive is going to
Yeah.
cost him, because honestly, initially the control was great here for Miyamika. Now, the question is, how does he stop this ground army? 2 Colossus, 1 Immortal, a fair amount of gateway units.
There's
Miyamika's
like-
just going to try to go for the
there's an
counter-attack.
open!
Oh my god, he's going to tear apart everything
needs
inside
the
the main
recall
and the
now.
natural. Yeah,
This is a huge deal.
this should be the recall, unless Miyamika actually wants to commit and kill the natural and then maybe go back. But I don't know. Does he have enough anti-air?
I don't even think he can win this fight. I don't think Miyamika should rush this fight. He should just go, like, run these units away.
But right now you can see the trades left and right for both of these players. One of the Phoenixes have gone down, so there's very little left. Yeah, there it is, GG! Miyamika takes game number 1. What a strategy! Rallies the queens
so
across the map,
He just
lots
went
of
with
links to
two-base
flood
fire.
through, and then the Spire tech, late third, does so much damage with this. Oh my god!
Yeah, I've never seen that before, ever. Like, never seen it.
Nice, man. Look at him. He looks...
Nice is like, what? What just happened?
What was this? Okay, that is the determined nod. Like, all right, that's not going to happen again.
Now you go like 2-base lurker or something. Like after, like what you can do so much now.
He like rushes lurker drops.
Yeah, I don't know. He can do anything. He just pulled off 2-base Spire. Like,
In PDZ in 2018.
after doing some weird Queen Link thing. I don't even know. My mind is blown, and I'm like the guy who's supposed to be creative with like the Link timings. I have no idea what's going on right
See,
now.
that's the thing, man. This is the blessing of as to why we get to watch these players from these different sort of closed-off regions, right?
Right.
Maybe he can give you some inspiration for the next one. But, of course, it is nice to pick. So, Acid Plant or Lost and Found?
Pretty sure it's at the plan. I think the way it works is it's actually like the pick one is the map.
Is it?
Yeah, they don't get to pick the
Oh, okay. Well, then I've been wrong for the entire day. Haha.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
well-
quite a confusing system. So.
Okay, well, Acid Plant then coming out next. Again, like another relatively standard map where it is quite easy for both players to establish the third base. Even the fourth base isn't a long stretch for Zerg, I'd say. Like as long as you got the cruise spread going.
Yeah, Miyamika, he's got the momentum, man. After that map.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Did you see that right then, like in the player camp? As
He's
Nice
really
tapped out GG, he just threw up his arms in the air.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, Nice is really good. Like, really good.
Wonder what comes next now.
I think
Next
Nice
phase.
is not dying to that stuff again. He has to be more aware with the scouting. There's no reason he couldn't scout the Spire. He just barely missed it twice. Like, he scouts the main, barely misses it, revelates the Nat, and barely misses it again.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate because again, as you mentioned, if he would have scouted that spy just 15 seconds beforehand, completely different outcome. Now, of course, we are coming in now to game number 2 on Acid Plant, and ladies and gentlemen, down 1 game from Chinese Taipei. Let's see if you can swing back and swing back hard. It is going to be nice.
And in the bottom right, the big brain Zerg is Miyamika. Definitely the big brain Zerg. That's his nickname now.
300 IQ. I love
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Oh, is it a proxy hatch?
Wait, please.
I think it's a proxy hatch.
Please.
It's a little late, is all. It could actually be the 3-hatch thing. You know, like where he blocks.
It could be.
Yeah.
But again, Nice is probe scouting. Or pylon scouting, pardon me. So,
Yeah, so this is like a 3rd hatch is going to block the natural expansion for Nice. Which is weird, but it happened.
actually, like last time that I played this map, I got proxy hatched just like this.
I don't think it's, well, it's not like Acid Plant specifically good for proxy hatches or anything.
I think Blue Shift is really good for a proxy hatch.
Blue Shift?
Yeah, because the drone gets across so quickly.
Sure. I mean, they don't even care about getting across so quickly, because you look at his timing, he's at 300 minerals now, and he goes to a block immediately. Like, it's actually like perfectly timed.
That's so sick, man. Miyamika's really thought this one out. Now, my question to you here, Jake, is what is the next step here for the Zerg? Like, do you just let this one finish and delay that
this
much,
is not going to
or-
finish, I don't think.
Or do you cancel
if it finishes, Nice can never take his expansion because there's creep covering it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's what I mean.
I
but,
feel like you want to cancel it, though.
Or-
It's too much of an investment.
I mean, you
to
could
let it finish.
cancel and make it into an evolution chamber.
Well, yeah, that would probably be the plan. The evolution chamber actually just dies immediately if there's a zealot here, so like, you might not actually make one. It will live for like 2 seconds or 1 second.
Okay.
It might not even be worth it.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is really awkward now because what this does, it really slows down all the other additional, ideas that you want to be pushing through as process. Like your tech is delayed, your move out for the next attack is going to be delayed, and you're spending a lot of money here on these 2 initial zealots. He needs to make something happen with these, like going
I
down
think
the
he
third
just
hatchery or
pushes the
something.
zealot
Yeah,
now.
like he has to. Otherwise, they're just going to be big paperweights.
Yeah, 2 Zealots and a Adept pushing across the map. This is actually quite nice. We can almost pretend that Mio Micah went for 3 hatch before Cool because he did. The 3rd hatch was at Knights as natural. So he's actually a little bit vulnerable to this timing attack.
Yeah, he's got 2 queens on the
Knights
way.
is not even trying to take a Nexus right now. He's going to get Stargate.
Oh, I love this. Mio Micah goes in and scouts, and he's going to see everything coming his way. This is a really nice position to be in from Mio Micah. Like, if he deflects this first initial white pressure that he's forced out of his opponent, then he's going to be in a great spot.
You should defend it too. I think you'll have 2 queens. Another thing is the Zealot is not chasing. Okay, for a second I thought the Zealot would be chasing the Crow or the drone at Nice's base, and he probably could have gone for another hatch tree.
Oh god.
But he didn't, so that's good.
Yeah, Mio Micah is going to try to go for this third, but nope. I like
and
that
now it's Nice's turn.
Yeah, I like that he's got that foresight. Realizes that, yeah, you're going to try to take the third a little bit later, so I'll just go in and block. Now, needs to be careful with these links, of course. The Zealot's going to be very powerful when dealing with those. Gets another one. Good control there from Nice.
Yeah, I actually feel like the game's pretty even now. Like, the delayed third kind of makes up for the delayed natural. And the
it equalizes to a certain degree.
It's a little bit faster for Nice because his pool was later for Mio Micah. But economically, it's pretty close still. There's no real leader here, I don't think.
No, 26 to 25. The economies are very even. And honestly, like this big tech advantage.
Another fast flare.
Oh no.
Okay, this
oh
time,
no, Mio Micah.
I hope it's Roaches this time. But it could be anything.
I mean, it's
after seeing a fire.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like,
I don't even want to make a prediction because it'll just be wrong. Like, I'll just predict everything, and it'll be like quick hive and
it's gonna be like, how can my opponent know what I'm doing when I don't even know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Triple mind gaming.
Quadruple mind gaming.
Quadruple mind gaming. He's going to come in and see this lair and be like, yeah, okay, you're going for a lair once more on 2 base.
Generally, you would assume this is Hydras. Right?
Yeah, but how many gases, has he scattered the amount of gases taken? How many gases does Mio Micah actually have? I think he's only got 1 or 2.
He's
got 3. I mean, that's to me,
should be enough for Hydra.
Should be Hydra, yeah. Like, either Hydra or like very committed with Roaches.
You know what, this is when you throw down a Spire and a Hydrogen, both. You hide the Hydrogen and you just show the Spire. And he's like, oh my god, it's 2 base Muta.
Sort of similar to
I gotta go Phoenixes or whatever. And then you just show up with like 20 Hydras, and they're like, what? And their mind just melts, and you win the series immediately after that. Just because Nice is just like, his mind is just fractured into a million pieces at that point.
Okay, this is a little bit iffy. 2 of these Oracles coming against us, one-shotting these drones. The Oracle, pardon me, the Adepts up in the main base. Yeah, there's nothing to defend except these Lings, but you will be able to get a few more drones for their struggles. 5 in total go down. This is actually very good because, again, Mio Micah on 2 bases, at least 2 bases operational for now. That's going to cut into his economy quite a bit.
This is going to be really, really bad for Mio Micah. He's going 2 base Hydra, kind of a similar timing that he did the other series, except this time it's going to be Colossus.
And Charge.
And Charge, which is both
like
pretty good.
The 2 things that kill Hydras.
Yeah. I don't know if he should actually have 1 Colossus in time. And even if he doesn't, he's got an Immortal, he's got a bunch of units, he's not taking a 3rd base, so he should be able to defend this pretty reasonably. He knows it's coming.
Yeah, I like the response here from Nice to just stay on these 2 bases and now play very safe. But it's important as well to remember that unless he's actually planning to just go for the big 2 base all in, that he doesn't delay that 3rd base for too long and get too comfortable just defending.
Right.
Because now Mio Micah has a 3rd base. He's actually droning a little bit more again. See how far he decides to take the droning.
It's really weird that he's droning after building this many units, because this is a lot of units.
Yeah, like what he's doing essentially is just hurting his own economy, right? Like at this stage.
He's getting Spire.
Oh no.
So I guess he probably scouted that he was probably not going to be able to make anything happen, because this is a 2 base for a toss player, right? So the Spire is an okay follow-up to seeing the Robo Bay.
Okay, he sees it this time though, but this is absolutely huge.
It should just be for Corruptors though this time, not Muta. He's just going to go Link Hydra, Muta, or Corruptor, I think.
Okay, so he just dives the Colossus with the Corruptors, takes them down, and then tries to rely on the ground army to do the rest of the work, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay, well, how many Colossus do we see from Nice? He's got 1 on the field right now, I believe. So this is
his first one.
Is it the first one, really?
Yeah,
This late?
the 5 block.
Oh god, okay, that's actually really annoying for him, because you can see he's banking a lot of money now, so he could technically go throw down a
I kind of wish
Nexus if he wants
Mio Micah would be a little bit more aggressive. Even if he can't, like, if you pull back your army, that's fine, but, like, being aggressive with your Link Hydra gives you more vision of the map, allows you to see when he's taking his 3rd, what his army composition is, how big it is, if I need to be worried, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And you actually just don't have that intel if you sit at home.
Yeah, I mean,
which is what he's doing now. He's
for the most part.
He shouldn't be pushing out with his Hydras, though. It should be the opposite way. He should be doing with Lings and then Hydra. You can actually kill this. Like, this is not a big army.
Okay, but this is a bit troublesome right now. Okay, Miyamaka's going to lose like every single Hydra.
That was a beautiful like opportunity for Nice. He had like a split window.
Yeah, I love it. So this is pretty much going to shut down any sort of aggression option.
Mutas again?
Wait, how many is he? Is that 8 in production? Okay, so I mean we're back to square one, guys. Nice, on the other hand, he's making Phoenixes now because again he did see the Spire.
Oh man, if these were Corruptors, he'd be in such a good spot. Like, think about it. Imagine he didn't lose all those Hydras, and these were like 8 or 9 Corruptors. What does he have? He has a Colossus and 2 Phoenix.
Single Immortal, a couple of Gateway
like
units.
The Corruptors can actually just pick everything off.
Yeah.
But Mutas are not the same. Yeah.
Okay, this is bad. That was potentially a decent catch. Could have like taken down the Oracle and maybe a Phoenix.
Now he's building Corruptors.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. Like, the Mutas feel a little bit out of place for me, to be honest.
I think he saw how well it worked the first time. He's like, thinks he can do it again. But this is like a one-trick pony thing. Like
yeah, for sure.
This will not happen again.
Like, even so, the structure is somewhat similar, just on an extra hat tree, right? Like, I tried to go for a certain tech, and then I'll just immediately switch over to Mutalisks.
Right.
Because it, or like a certain strategy, but yeah, you know, with Colossus tech, a fair amount of Phoenixes on the map, 5, 6, going to be coming up here. Phoenix Colossus with a ton of Charge Zealots. This is going to be really hard for Miyamaka to stop. I think that, I mean, he's going to be struggling with this one.
Yeah, I don't see how he can really defend it. He does have Corruptors. There's actually not a great anti-airs besides the Phoenix. If he had a higher Corruptor count, this would be really scary, I think.
Yeah, but the number of Zealots here, Jake, what is he going to do about those? No Banelings. He barely has any Hydro count, mainly Lynx.
I mean, he can't really do anything about it.
These Colossus, man, they're tearing everything on the ground apart. Shattering through the Zerg army, standing, and these Phoenixes in the air as well. They're going to be shooting down every single one of these Mutalisks, and even if he cleans up the Air Force, at least of Protoss, what is he going to do about the Zealots? They're going to be eating up his economy before he can do anything.
Yeah, I don't think he can really do anything. He does clean up most of the Phoenixes here, but that's not enough. These Zealots are going to be completely uncontested. I don't see how he can possibly defend this from this point on.
13 workers have gone down. He's going to lose the Queen and even more workers now in the Naturals. Loses the third base hatchery, and there it is. GG. Nice. Takes game number 2.
Yeah, not as phased by that first game. Like, he took a lot of information from that game.
I mean, that's why, you know, the expression he had like after game 1 was sort of like sense of disbelief, I guess. But, you know, like I said, you saw that sort of confident nod, like, all right, I've got this. Time to stop playing around. Miyamaka, on the other hand, you know, again, I like his innovative ideas. Yeah. But it's about implementation, right? And sort of like relying on your opponent not scouting you like this at that stage of the game, sort of like around mid-game. I feel like,
I mean, you can even rely on your opponent scouting you. You just need to play the mind game. Like, you scout a Spire and you go Corruptors. Like, that's something you have to prepare for Mutas because he went Mutas first game, right? That's the kind of stuff you should have been doing. You should have gotten Corruptors immediately, and he should have kept his Hydras alive. It would have been a totally different game.
Yeah, losing those Hydras was crucial.
And if he had a quicker Baneling Nest, he would have been able to defend the Zealots, so...
Yeah, but I think that sort of comes back to the economy, or lack thereof. Nonetheless, moving forward, map number 2, that is going to be Dreamcatcher. So this is actually, in my opinion, a very good Zerg map. How do you feel about this one? CDP. You don't have the tanks that can abuse like the massive
yeah, this is not a bad map for Zerg. The third bases are pretty open. There are some choky points. I honestly think it's relatively balanced.
I mean, it's like if you're bottom right and you take the the 3 o'clock base, like that can be pretty good for Protoss attack into, but yeah.
I mean, like, it's pretty easy for Zerg or Protoss too. Like, they can just wall off the left side and then take down the rocks or whatever, and it's really hard to just engage into it. I think this map is pretty balanced. I don't think either player is going to be, you know, at fault for playing on this map. For sure. Either player at a disadvantage because of it. It should be a pretty standard map. Let's see if Miyamaka can do something abusive, though. It is abusable map.
Okay, so how about a real proxy hatchery this time that he commits to?
The problem with that is the ramp and the natural pretty much stops you from doing it. If it was like, for example, like Blue Shift or Catalyst or one of those maps where there's no ramp,
that's a good
much
point.
better.
I mean, I remember seeing that do that. So like, proxy hatchery
on a map with a ramp, though?
Dreamcatcher, yeah.
Bad. She should know it's bad.
We can have a word with her then when we get back.
Yeah. It's only good when you have like even ground.
Yeah, well, we'll see, guys, what Miyamaka brings to the table. But here we are, coming into this one. Jake, take us in.
Me take it in.
Yeah.
But you're always nice.
It's your time.
Okay. From Chinese Taipei, currently tied 1-1, it is Nice.
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 Nicely done.
Yeah.
And his opponent down in the red, representing Vietnam, it is going to be Miyamaka.
You gotta call him the Big Brain Zerg. That's why I wanted to do him.
Oh, okay. Next time.
I'm giving him a new nickname.
The Big Brain Zerg. I like that. We'll let him you know, let's have a word with him afterwards. Yeah, depending on how this one goes, obviously. But,
right.
okay. Again, Nice is going to go for the Gate Scout. Nothing out of the ordinary.
He's going 17 edge. He's getting away with greed. He should be getting pylon blocked. Nice should be pylon blocking him.
But then he has the pylon scout.
He should be pylon scouting. So good if you get a pylon block up.
I agree.
Edge. So annoying for the Zerg player. So I kind of wish Nice would go for that early scout.
Plus, he did that in the previous 2 games. So,
yeah, this is one of the maps where you get it 100%. Like if they go 17 edge, it's 100% block. I think you can block 16 edge, but don't quote me on that.
I guess
it's so small on this map.
Yeah, I guess like it's kind of about how Zug times it out with the drone pool.
Right.
So like if he screws up, then you can capitalize. But oh well. Standard openings from either side.
No, it's gate nexus. Okay.
Yeah.
Standard.
Nothing weird.
Nothing weird.
Not yet, at least.
It will be weird. I'm already ready for it to be weird. If Mio Micah pulls out just like a standard game, like it looks like a standard monster, like in macro game, I'll just be like, what? why didn't you open with this? Like, you open with a 2-base Spire with Link Queen Push or something?
Yeah, but I mean, like, honestly, for game 1, I think that's fine. To sort of, you know, throw a wrench in the works of your opponent, right?
Sure.
But for game number 2,
well, like, my mind will be blown still.
Maybe try to play, you know, the standard game. But hey, we'll see what he decides to do, nonetheless. I mean, thus far...
No standard game. Throw that standard game out the window.
Okay.
He doesn't get a queen in his natural. That's so suspicious. If Nice sees that he's not getting a queen and is able to pick up on that, that's already, like, a big super suspicion. You should just immediately go into the main.
Okay, I mean, like, he's even going to see that there's...
He should know there's no queen coming. Now he's confused. Okay, he's officially confused.
Yeah, he pops up one more time to try to see if there's a queen coming out, but no, sir. And you can see Mio Micah, he's banking in a lot of money, guys. And honestly, going for a Boach bus on this map...
It's good. Like, the rush distance is so small. The only thing that I would credit this map for is the ramp up.
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
Of hard.
It helps a lot, so you need to have that overlord there. But with the
across the map.
Oh god, I love this. I love this. Mio Micah, bring the queens. Bring all the queens. Like, you're not going to be able to inject and afford spending all those lava anyway.
He needs to kill this probe. So important. Kill it. Just chase it down with the link. I think he needs to get rid of the probe, because if the probe scouts the roaches, the game's over.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 2 adepts
These 2 adepts, so they're going to see them, for sure.
Yeah.
So he's going to come across, kill these 2 links. And already, like, as he comes up, here it is. Here's the big reveal. He could actually lose one of these adepts right away.
He will.
It's going to go down. He's going to lose both adepts.
He loses both.
Nice. What are you doing?
Wow, he gets both. That's really good pick off. There is a Void Ray on the way. It's going to be Chrono Boosted, I assume.
Yeah, of course. That's like the response to go for this. 2 shield batteries getting thrown down immediately as well. But for now, I mean,
he's actually building drones behind this. Okay. This is not as committed as I think it's, you know, as I think Nice thinks it is.
I mean, is this the better choice? Or like, what?
Yeah, this is the better choice. Because if you brute force your way through, I think you lose this game.
Because of the Void Ray coming up on the shield batteries.
To be honest, if he brute forced his way through, he probably would win. Now that I think about it, like, he's actually getting through.
Okay, he's going to be getting down many of these shield batteries, and that's 100 minerals apiece. And as long as he kills a fair amount of workers here...
Oh, he's doing really good.
Yeah, this could just pay off straight off the bat.
He should go in.
Very nice.
He's macroing behind this. You just need to get a couple more probes and he'll be ahead. It's already 30 to 28. I mean, 725 resources to 281.
4 probes. Was that 3 adepts? 1 shield battery.
Not that bad for Mio Micah.
No, absolutely not.
You know, the cool thing is he's getting a Roach Warren, and he has a Lair on the way, so he can do, like, Roach Hydra timing as well. Like, generally, you don't want to go both techs because it takes away from your timing. But if you already have the Roach Warren, you can go Roach Hydra.
I see that, again, you can see because the aggression stopped, Nice is going to try to swing back in with these oracles, but Mio Micah is already prepared. He's got the Spore Crawlers down and Queen's in position. Loving it, man. He's on top of the ball right now.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for this is the scout. It actually doesn't have to do any damage. Oh, okay.
Oh, Mio Micah, no.
Please. Oh, that was close. Oh, it only got 1?
So sick.
That is very lucky. That is very lucky.
Really important that he just gets clogged up there with too many drones trapped. Void Ray coming over.
Yeah, I don't know how many queens he has.
He's got 2 queens, 2 or 3 queens.
So he does 3 queens, he's fine. If
he
it's
doesn't have too much in terms of events. Yeah, 1 in the main, 1 in the natural. I think that's all he's got right now. I can't actually confirm there's a 3rd queen out. Army supplies at 10.
This will be kind of annoying actually to deal with.
Yeah, he needs to keep that Spore Crawler alive. He just injected as well, and that's going to get gunned out immediately.
He's getting killed so quickly.
Oh god. Oh god, he's in trouble now.
He might get the Void Ray though.
He gets it, but there's still 2 oracles. He's going to lose all his queens. Oh, he's so low on energy. Come on.
There's deaths in the main too. Or the natural.
He gets it. But he's got a Spore Crawler in the
doing
natural
so much more damage.
If he didn't,
Neo Micah didn't take any of this damage, he'd be in such a good spot right now.
Yeah, 6 drones go down, but honestly that's a lot less than I thought he was going to lose initially to this. So I still think it's like an okay position, but it's just going to be about like what Nice decides to do next, right? Because he's strung down a ton of gateways.
He's going
got
charge
shot.
model in?
Oh yeah, he's going to do it.
Charge
Go for the big
model in
boy
with
push.
Archons, I guess.
No, but yeah, like how do you stop this as Neo Micah with only Roach?
Roaches are fine. Like, he can get Roach Hydra up. He just needs to stop droning.
He doesn't have any money though.
Yeah, that's the problem. And I think if he builds drones,
oh my god,
now he's in a lot of trouble. Like, he has to replenish these drones, which means he's not producing units. Maybe if he gets a Warp Prism or something, he can win, but...
Yeah, but I mean, knowing Nice, he's going to keep that in the backline, isn't he?
Yeah, this will be really hard to really deal with this. I don't see how he can... I don't see, like, a clear route to dealing with this, because you have to build drones or else you lose.
Yeah, what has he got left? Like 8, 9 Roaches. That's kind of going to be it. A handful of Hydralisk at best.
If he stops now, he might be okay.
He can't even kill the Oracles at this stage. He doesn't have enough firepower in terms of anti-air.
Yeah, I mean, he's building Hydras now. It's a big warp in. I don't know, this is going to be really hard. It's going to be really up to his control. Maybe if he evil walls and stuff like that, he can do it, but this map is actually pretty bad for that.
Okay, well, he's going to come in here and he's going to see the Zealots, and he's going to see they have charge. Might even spot these Archons as they move out. Yeah, he's going to know what's coming. This third base, of course, is very late. Neo Micah, he must be knowing what's up.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty big warp in. I think the Zealot should be walking towards the third and should warp in at the same time. Yeah, here comes the warp in.
Oh, this is nasty. Bringing the Immortal across as well. Neo Micah's going to split his army, actually.
I don't think he...
What
I don't think he can do that, yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of iffy. A couple of Hydras trickle in, and they're going to go down immediately to this Oracle. Now they're here in numbers, and they will gun them down at least. So far, not too much in terms of eco damage dealt. 6 drones have fallen, but in the context of the numbers of units or workers that he has present, that's actually a fair amount of damage in reality.
Oh man, there's another warp in too. This warp in is even scarier than the first warp in.
And he can micro. Yeah, he can micro with this Warp Prism as well. So many Zealots, they're going to overwhelm everything right now. Neo Micah is so much trouble. Yeah, that split of the army, that might have just been what killed him here.
I mean, he wasn't in a great spot, don't get me wrong, but there was no real reason to do that. He lost the Immortal.
Well, there it is. GG. Neo Micah taps out, and Nice picks up game number 2.
What a game. These games have been pretty crazy.
Very funky, man, but I like it.
I actually really liked Neo Micah's position in that game. Like, he was in a really good spot if he didn't take so much counter damage. If he had 3 queens, I think that game's totally different.
No, absolutely.
Like, he kills the Void Ray, kills the 2 Oracles, and deals with the Adepts in his natural, and he's fine. He's in a really good spot, honestly.
The Roaches deal with the Adepts. He leaves them in the natural.
Yeah.
He kills everything else in the main base. Then he's got the third base behind it. He can make, like, a big swell of drones, because there's no way that any counter damage can come past that, from
and then he's just dealing with this push with better economy and more units.
Yeah.
So it all kind of boiled down to that weird counterattack that caught me on my off guard.
Alright, well, map number 2 coming up, or map number 4, pardon me. That's going to be Neo Micah's second pick, and that is Parasite.
Yeah, Parasite, I don't know, there's a little bit of a far rush distance for him, considering how these games have been going. But we'll have to see what he's able to do. What he's got in his, up his sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, one more game potentially here, and then Nice walks away from this series into the finals. So
he's going to stop him here.
He has to, absolutely.
Get a sick first game. I want to see the big brain Zerg take it.
Come on, Neo Micah, you can do it. He's got a lot of support here from the death. And like, again, going back, he's always been super friendly whenever I've interacted with him online. Always been like a really, happy to sort of work with you kind of guy. So, there are some players out there that if you're doing like admin stuff, they're always a bit of a pain. But Neo Micah's not one of those guys. Super chill, always super kind.
That's good. Am I one of those guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
Good.
You're friendly enough, Jake.
That's good.
Well, coming in here to game number 4, potentially the last one on Parasite. And remember, this is Neo Micah's pick. So maybe he's going to activate that big brain of his and go for something that he's prepared. I hope we get to see something crazy, but you don't know it, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't be expecting any weird Roach Queen thing. Like, that's all rushed to his face, and this map is pretty long. We'll have to see what he's going to do on this last map, potentially.
Alright, so here it is, guys. One more game is all it takes, and he's going to be walking away into those finals. He's down here in the blue. It is Nice.
And in the top left, currently on the ropes, the big brain Zerg himself, it is Neo Micah. Okay, so we're going to have to see. It looks like it's going to be a hatch first, at least. nothing too crazy.
And again, the gate scout coming in here from Nice.
He should really probably. Oh, that's a pull first.
Okay.
Okay.
Should see the gas.
I think it might be a 6-link thing again. He did this
where he just tries to sneak into the natural expansion.
Yeah, the 6-link attack. This might get pylon blocked though. I'm not sure. 100 minerals away. No, it's not going to get pylon blocked. That's nice at least. If he got pylon blocked, it would be really annoying.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why he should be going probe scout after pylon, in my opinion.
I mean, it's true. He would have been there and he could have blocked that hatchery.
And he also have knowledge of this immediately.
Yeah, he's going to come in now and see, like, okay, this was a full burst, so he's going to respond appropriately, which, I mean, there are different responses to this. Like, some people will pull probes, others will try to go for the full Warlock.
Yeah, I
personally
think you just chrono boost units.
Like, you chrono zealot and maybe pull, like, 3 or 4 probes to stall a little bit.
Yeah. There's nothing to overreact about. Like, this gas is late enough that you shouldn't overreact.
Like, the only moment, really, where you're feeling a little bit pressured, I would say, is, like, if the link's around the pylon in the national expansion. Like, that's the only point in time.
I think the biggest question mark is the follow-up. Like, the late gas, I can't tell if it's a quick speed or if it's a roach warren.
I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, the same thing comes with Nice. I guess that's why he's hiding this probe. He wants to be able to scout if it's a roach warren or a speed.
Yeah, I like this. This is a really clever little move. Because it's really hard for Protoss to scout Zerg until you have, like, a Stargate or a Robo.
Yeah. Or a depth on the map, but you can't really afford to leave a depth out.
You can't throw them away, like, you know, after a certain point in time. So he's going to come in. The Queen actually
puts out the scout with a roach warren or speed.
Yeah.
So he's going to see speed, but he also sees gas still mining. This tell me quick lair. And I'm wondering, like, this is 100% a quick lair again. If you can hide it, that would be really nice, but...
Yeah, I mean, Miyamaka knows that there's a probe in his main base now, so he should just send, you know, 1 or 2 links to deal with that eventually.
He actually didn't do anything on the other side.
I mean, those are the depths in the wall.
And Nice hasn't done anything, like, out of the ordinary at all. Like, he built a standard depth and chronoed it exactly like you normally would.
Straight into the Stargate as well.
Yeah.
Nice gets the last laugh with that probe, so he gets a full scout again, but he sees there's nothing crazy coming. But again, Miyamaka doesn't have a third base coming.
Yeah, he's getting it now.
Oh, there it is. I couldn't actually see the probe on the minimap, it's too far away.
That's why I got my glasses on.
My glasses are terrible, man. I need to get new ones.
He's banking so much gas. He's 150 gas yet, but he hasn't taken a lair.
+1 melee?
Yeah, but you'd have an Evo already.
There
has to be a lair.
He doesn't have an Evo. Yeah, like, that's the only thing, I guess. A couple of spore crawlers being thrown down.
He's mining on 3 guys still. It's so weird.
He has to be planning something, Dick, like, but I don't know what.
He doesn't have a Bailey nest either. Like, this, if he had a Bailey nest, I'd be like, okay, that's what it's for, but he doesn't actually have any tech that costs gas at all.
I mean, right now he's just droning and adding in more links. He's actually going for a fair amount of links, so sort of anticipating this kind of attack. This is a very nice wraparound, though. Might be able to get 1 or 2 adepts.
If he gets both these adepts, it's really nice pick off. He's going to get both, too.
Oh, man.
Still a lot of wings, though.
Yeah, but it's such a nice pickup because it shuts down all of the ground control here for the Protoss.
He just got his lair and he has 200 gas. Like, he was a little unnecessary.
Is he going to go for muted again?
I think it's just going to be Hydra. I think he should have taken off gas. There should have been 1 guy on gas the entire time. Because it's just unnecessarily too much gas.
Okay, Adept here blocking things off.
Oh, he's a double pylon.
I mean, honestly, like, this is kind of nice that he forces his reaction at. Oh, he loses it.
Yeah.
This forces the Oracle to come all the way back home, and this means that he can't be doing damage on Miyamaka's side of the map. This is really nice. That's a very clever little move here from our Vietnamese Zerg.
Yeah, this is not a bad way of playing this so far. Forcing the Oracle to go home and, like, use its or energy is, like, such a relief for Zerg players.
Yeah. And, you know, on top of this one as well, not only does this allow Miyamaka to comfortably start droning up his third base and teching a little bit further, but, I mean, from Nice's position, he hasn't really had too much control bar the very early stages of the game when he was scouting a little bit with that probe, but now he doesn't really know what's coming. Like, he doesn't know the lair timing or if there's a roach warren up. We can actually see one on the way, but he's kind of in the dark. So now, with the units coming across, he needs to go a little bit further in Zerg territory to go for that scout.
Yeah, he definitely needs to scout this roach warren. I feel like he knows it's a fast lair. Like, he can just tell by the 3 guys on gas.
Oh yeah, I guess that's a good point, actually.
So, I guess the biggest thing is to make sure it's not a spire or something. Cause
something more radical.
That's what you have to check for. There's actually nothing to pick up. He wanted to pick up the Queen with the Phoenix, but there's just nothing to pick up here, so that's what the Phoenix is for.
How many Queens does he have present right now?
I think he has 2. 1 might be on the 3rd base.
He doesn't have too many. Nice, again, is going to stick on 2 bases. When I saw that Twilight Council go down together with that Robo, I was thinking maybe he's going to try to go into, like, DT drops or something and then try to pick up the 3rd base as he takes a 3rd of his own. But yeah, he's going to instead just swing back in and go for this massive charge push once again.
This is not bad for Miyamaka, though. Like with going roaches, especially if he's delaying the Archons.
He
like
sees
this.
the Warp Prism, Jake.
Yeah.
That's a really big tell.
Yeah, it's a big tell. I mean, like usually you assume this is the Archon drop, but delaying the Archon drop is really nice. I hope he doesn't commit to Hydras. Like he needs to just make a ton of roaches right now. He's building 7 roaches. This isn't a ton though. It's getting to be a ton. This is like a half a ton.
Half a ton.
Yeah.
Charge soon done. And the Warp Prism has been kept back for now. He even tags a couple of these units, so I mean he sees the roach count at least, which is good. But here we are,
nice
this is
if
the first
Micah could like confirm if there was a 3rd base or not. He hasn't really scouted it. If you scout that the 3rd is this time, you should be a little bit suspicious of how many gateways he has.
He's gonna get the scout of that now.
Yeah, and hopefully he picks up on it.
He's going to see charge, he's going to see the Zealot.
That's a lot of units.
Yeah, he needs to be very careful here. But so he's got all the information he needs on his opponent's side of the map, but this Archon drop might catch him a little bit off guard. There are no roaches in position here in the main base. He's going to just wreck these lings. Open a couple of charge zealots as well, so he's actually committing a fair amount to this.
Yeah, this is usually what you do when you get a lot of gateways for it. There's not really any units here. I think some roaches are popping now. He's got 11 roaches in production right now.
Gets the queen. The lings are going to be melting so rapidly. These Hydra lists as well. He needs to pull them away a little bit. Forces the Archon pickup.
That was not that bad.
But this is bad. This is really bad, Jake. This base might go down.
Yeah, I think this base will go down. If he can get the entire army for it, he'll probably just gonna recall, yeah. If he focuses the Archon, he should focus the Archon down.
Oh yeah, me and Micah right now getting torn apart, man. Pulls left and right. The drop in towards the main base continues. More Zealots, Archons as well, continuously doing damage. He's starting to lose more and more of this economy. 7 drones have fallen already. And he can't really even gun down these units because the War Prism is there. He's continuously microing, and the Zealots are still doing damage.
Yeah, the worst part about this, if he defended his 3rd, he'd actually be in a pretty good spot right now. But without a 3rd, I don't think he can defend it. Though it is only, what is that, 5-7 Zealots versus and 3 Archons?
Yeah,
that's
but
not a lot of units.
That's definitely enough to kill this,
okay,
especially with that, that Immortal seals the deal. Like, even if he kites back, these charge lots, man, they're so good at hunting down these units off the creep.
Yeah, it's just too many units.
Yeah, he's even going to drop Archons in the
I don't think
line.
if you don't kill him here, too, you probably just lose this game.
Yeah, so many Archons. This Immortal doing a ton of damage as well.
The Oracle, yeah.
I mean, this is kind of cute with the micro, but another big warp pit coming in now. Like, this should be too much here. He's going to be overwhelming me in the middle of the map.
HP. If he had a 3rd base, this would be a totally different game.
Yeah, it really would. But now, again, as you pointed out, the loss of that 3rd base, to his detriment, of course, might just be a little bit too much. It's nice to continuously push the issue. He's got the Warp Prism with him, so he can just keep going, warping his Zealots as he goes.
Yeah, this really feels bad. Like, it was actually really nice timing by Knights to do the push at the 3rd and drop at the main. Like, splitting up your units is really risky, especially if you have the ability to warp in like 8-9 Zealots. So you have to overcommit to defense in the main.
Yeah. Otherwise you lose everything, just all of attack.
It's just a smart build.
Yeah, he's going to get right on top of everything here. Eats a couple of these corrosive vials, but they're simply not enough in terms of the numbers game for me and Micah, and it looks as if Knight is going to overwhelm. Too much firepower. His last stand, and he's still microing. There it is. GG. Nice moves on into the grand finals here tonight and face off against Maru.
Yeah, a 3-1 victory.
As you predicted.
As I predicted. I would have not predicted that in that fashion, though.
No, absolutely. Maybe you're the one with the big brain here, Jake.
Yeah, that was insane. 2-base fire.
Yeah, but honestly, valiant effort there from me and Mike. It was really fun to get to see him play again. And even though game number 2 was a little bit of a toss-up, I still think that like the fact that he's bold enough to try to implement that idea at this stage makes him a really interesting and fun player. Like I would love to see him play more, get a little bit further up there, maybe expand out, get into WCS. I would love to see him play that.
I would like to see him refine those strategies a little bit more, just a little bit.